All right, welcome back, guys. In today's training, we are going to be covering the last of the 4 tabs that are inside of Credit Repair Cloud: the affiliates, the creditor and furnitures, the everything tab, and the dashboard tab. Because it's important for you to get an idea of what all of these things do, so that way you can leverage the software to the best of your ability and really get your money's worth. So with the affiliate partners, this is where you're actually going to see all of the affiliates that you work with. So if you are affiliated with maybe someone who works with mortgages or auto loans, anyone that is going to be referring clients to you, you can add them as an affiliate, and this is where you can actually add them in. You're also going to be able to add them by providing the form that we went over under the My Company tab. There's that form that you can put on your website for affiliates to sign up as well, and their information will be transferred over in here. Now, we don't work with that many affiliates because all of our clients come from social media, from content creation. But a lot of people that I do work with and that I do coach do work with a lot of affiliates. They partner with salespeople at auto dealerships. They work with mortgage lenders. They work with anyone that provides loans and credit to people, so they can refer their clients and get, a kickback as far as, kind of like a commission, if you will. Most of these people would be considered like a 1099, not necessarily an employee. So you can add all of your affiliates in here, and you can kind of just, go through it. And once you go through it once, it's very simple. If you wanted to add a new affiliate, you would just add, and you can actually export all of this information as well to an Excel sheet. So you can see here, you would just be putting in all of the information. You can give your affiliates portal access. So it's a great way to be able to partner with people, and then you can actually see how many clients they are referring, and they can actually see what's going on with their clients, so on and so forth. So the affiliate dashboard is a great way for you to build relationships directly with people that are already dealing with people that have, been denied credit and things of that nature. So that's pretty much it for the affiliate. It's pretty straightforward, and it's a great way to build relationships and get leads from people that are, already in an industry where they would be dealing with people that have, challenged credit. So let's move on to creditors and furnishers. Creditors and furnishers is a pretty important tab because this is where all of the creditor information and maybe collection companies or any sort of data furnisher that is providing data directly to the credit bureaus, this is where they are going to be located at. And a lot of this information is pulled directly from the credit reports, but oftentimes it is wrong information. So we have a lot of letters that are actually returned to clients because the address is incorrect. So not every time you get a creditor address from the credit report is it going to be correct, right? So what I always like to do is verify the address. I'll go onto the company's website, I'll do a quick Google search, and if for some reason I notice, hey, this address for this creditor is wrong, then we can always go in here and you can edit the information. Because once you have this information saved into your Credit Repair Cloud, you'll notice that it's going to populate that every time you generate a letter. And every time you generate a letter, if it has the wrong address, obviously that needs to be fixed. So you can make sure that every time you generate a letter for a company, that correct address is populated. Now, you'll notice that I have a lot that say 01 at the beginning. Sometimes that's just how they import. So if we wanted to adjust anything, we would just click on the company. We can take out the 01. Sometimes there are numbers and additional, information inside of a company name. So it will import each company name separately, even though it might be the same company. there's no need to have the NA at the end of that business name. You want to just double check the address. See, this address did not populate the state. So we can always use Google to just do a quick Google search. And now I know this is Utah because it's Capital One and they are in Salt Lake City, Utah. So you just want to get the correct address, make sure that is all accurate. You don't necessarily need a second one. Actually, I'm going to cancel that, edit it again. Make sure I put Utah in here and Utah down here. And then we can actually update this. Just update the name. But you guys get the point. This is where all of your creditor and furnisher address, phone number information is going to be held. Now, you'll see it says recheck the address and save. We're just going to ignore warning and just say I'm certain of this address. You can add new creditors and furnishers. You can upload new creditors and furnishers into your credit repair cloud, but you can only upload 400 contacts at a time. So if you have a list of creditors or furniture information that you want to import into this section, you can do that. You can use an Excel sheet and you can import that information via CSV. You would just hit that and then choose your file. But again, you can only import up to 400 lines per file. So if you have thousands, like I have, over 2,000 creditors and furniture addresses and I guess you could say contacts listed in my file. If I were to download that and send it to you, you'd have to break that up into several different files because you can only upload 400 lines per file. You can also add individual creditors and furnisher information in here and just make sure that you save it. If it does give you an error, just say ignore warning, I'm certain of this address, and hit submit. So it's pretty straightforward. This is, where all of your creditor information, this can be collection companies, original creditors, anyone that is reporting data to the 3 major credit bureaus. This is where you're going to find your data, furnishers information, and creditors information. Pretty straightforward. So let's move on. The everything tab, I don't really use this tab a whole lot because if I need to do something, I'm going to go directly to the tab that I actually need to work under. So you'll notice that the last 2 tabs, everything and dashboard, they're really not used a whole lot because if you wanted to, work on a client's file, then you would just go directly to the clients tab. Since billing is not really included with Credit Repair Cloud, it's, not something that you would really need to focus on too much. So you can see some of the different items of, what's been going on. But again, if you want to see all of this stuff, you would just need to deal with, it in the clients tab. And we're going to be going over the clients tab in some videos coming up here. So we'll be able to show you everything under the client's file. So this is, kind of a quick overview, but again, it's not something that we use. You guys can certainly use it, but if you, want to work on a client's file, just go to the client and figure out who needs to be completed and just go ahead and complete that file. So let's go ahead and go to the very last tab, which is dashboard. And again, we do not really use dashboard because we have other tracking that we use. Now, it's a good overview of the company's performance, but you have to make sure that, it's up to date. So we want to make sure that if you are using this, that all of your client statuses are correct, you have everything up to date, so on and so forth. So just make sure that you get, you can look at the dashboard overview, but you definitely want to make sure that you are having a understanding that because your billing is not in Credit Repair Cloud, these numbers might not be 100% accurate. So I would recommend, keeping another type of stats. Maybe, you're using QuickBooks or some type of accounting software where you can actually see what your revenue is. You can see, how many leads you have. I do have clients that use Go High Level, which is an automation software. You probably eventually will need an additional software like Go High Level or a CRM, because when you're first starting out, a lot of us use Credit Repair Cloud as kind of like a CRM, right? But eventually you're going to need a better system because you are limited with Credit Repair Cloud. Credit Repair Cloud is mainly a tool for us to use to help automate the process of sending out dispute letters. It's not necessarily meant for billing. It's not necessarily meant for, tracking everything and following up with people or anything like that. It's simply a tool for us to be able to get our dispute letters done, be able to, send people reports as far as what's left on their credit, give them updates of what has been deleted from their credit, so that way they can see the changes and see the progress that they're making as a client. So this is the dashboard, and that's pretty much all of the different tabs that you guys would need to review as far as all of the top tabs at the very top of Credit Repair Cloud. You have your help and support tab here where you can look at different things. You have your My Account tab. This is where you can actually see your billing for Credit Repair Cloud. And if you needed to add on any team members, you can do that. If you wanted to cancel your account, you're going to lose everything. So make sure before you cancel your account, you export all of your information. You can export all of your clients' information. If you go to the Clients tab, you can actually hit Export. So you want to export all of your client information. And you can also export all of your creditor information. So if you click on this button right here, you can export all of that data to a CSV file, which, is Excel. And you can, sort it and do what you will with it. So if you plan to, maybe you're going to switch providers or switch software companies, you're not stuck because you can export all of this data. So that's pretty much, the basics of all of these different tabs up here. Now, if you click on new features, this is going to give you kind of some latest updates, but you have to kind of, take what Credit Repair Cloud says with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, they are a marketing company. They are a sales company. They are focused on selling their software to people. They do not run a credit repair business. They provide software. So they are very limited as far as the training that they can provide you with by law, right? And they don't have that hands-on training. They can give you great information that is very basic information. But if you want more detailed information, I would highly recommend that you just go through all of these training videos that are in this course and get the hands-on training that you need in order to be successful. So again, guys, we are going to be going through the Clients tab coming up next. So make sure that you take a break, you get prepared, you have your notebook, you have your pen ready, because our Clients training is going to be a much more in-depth. This is going to be way much more fun than, some of these other trainings that we're doing. So let's go ahead and get ready. So let's take a break and we'll come back for client training. Let's go.